So folks, I'm on my way back down to Jamie's print shop because I'm going to be talking about episode 7, Crème De Menthe. As I was making my way down to Jamie's print shop, I actually passed a jewellery shop called Hamilton and Young. And inside the window they've got loads of Outlander paraphernalia. So I'm going to take a quick look inside and see what they're selling.
She loved it. A friend of mine in Australia got to be fed. Yeah, it's really good.
So I'm back outside Jamie's print shop because I want to talk about episode 7, Crème De Menthe, and some of the shenanigans that go on here in this episode. So one thing we all know by now is that Jamie is a smuggler and he's being investigated by the Crown. Now the Crown thinks that he's busy smuggling silks from Holland and that he's not declaring them. So what do we know about this particular episode? Well, there's murder, dead bodies and arson, and this can be a very interesting episode. Now the interesting thing about this particular episode is that it's been directed by Norma Bailey. Now she won her first ever short film at Cannes called The Performer. Now according to Norma, she says that women see the world differently to men. Now she's not saying that this is good or bad, it's just she says that you need a balance to see it from both perspectives. Now the other thing about this particular episode is that it was also written by Karen Campbell, who is a newbie to the Outlander franchise. So this will be a test for her and it will be interesting to see how this episode goes. Now another thing we know about this particular episode is that there's a murderer going around and he's bumping off the prostitutes in the area. So after a violent confrontation, we're left with a dead body. Now Jamie inspects the clothing of this dead person, finds paperwork. Now this paperwork links Jamie directly to his smuggling activities and he starts becoming very concerned. However, they are now left with a dead body and they need to dispose of it. This is where the Crème De Menthe comes in. They've got a large vat of this alcohol and decide to place the body inside this vat because nobody at the time was drinking this particular spirit. The one thing about this dead man is they don't actually know who he is. They have no idea. They do know it's not a government official, so this worries them. So both young Ian and old Ian feature in this episode. And I can tell you that young Ian is quite a troubled young man and causes a lot of problem for Jamie in this episode. And of course, there's a distinct possibility that Jamie's beloved print shop might just burn down to the ground. Now, if you ever come into Edinburgh to view the print shop, there's a lot of museums in the area that you can come and visit. In fact, right next door is a free museum, History Museum of Scotland, and across the road is another one. I'm just going to check it out quickly to see if you need to pay to get in. Well, I've just discovered that this museum is free as well, so that makes 2 in the local area that you don't have to pay to get in. Right, so I'm just going to give you a very quick tour of this museum. Obviously, if you ever come to Edinburgh, you can come view it yourself. And the good thing is, it's free. what I can tell, I think this particular museum takes you through the ages of the history through here in Edinburgh. So there you have it. That was a very quick tour of another museum just across the road from Bakehouse Close. So there are several museums you can come visit here completely free of charge.